Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I am back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today. It is going to be Sharkbot, aka the Death Ball bot, taking on Xena, the Two-Face bot, I'll say, because Xena has shown us that it can have some very lethal cheeses, but then also play macro games, which is impressive for a bot, that's for sure, which is why it's one of the better bots out there. So we have got a Terran versus Protoss, more importantly a bot versus bot on the map Equilibrium, the AI edition. And ladies and gentlemen, before we get too far into this one, make sure to go ahead and slap that like button. Just give it a slap, and then go ahead and leave a comment down below saying more bots. We see Sharkbot showing us a tag that it does indeed scout against random bots to know what race it's up against. That probe is also getting some hate off there as one of those SCVs is slacking hard on its job. A missed target there. Oh, that's so weird why it wasn't attacking. Oh, it's not attacking. It's just following the probe. Then it starts attacking. That is so bizarre because, like, if you right-click the SCV on the probe, it should attack, should it not? So I didn't even know it was possible to right-click on an enemy unit. So maybe it's like a custom pathing thing for Xena, in which it's just like pathing onto the probe and not actually clicking on it. That is a bizarre moment there, because like, yeah, this SCV is just, he's a pacifist, I guess. It looks like that probe does actually get out of there. Oh no, darn. Just about got out of there, spoke way too soon. So Sharkbot burns the recall and loses the probe, which is not good. That's quite unfortunate. Sharkbot behind this is getting up a robo, doing its one base thing where it will take a later expansion than you'd see in a typical StarCraft 2 match. However, it will get there eventually. All the while Xena just going for a normal opening for the most part. It's got 2 racks, or it's going to have 2 racks done momentarily, but the expansion is up. It's just mining a little bit of gas here, just, yeah, it hasn't mined much gas yet, so it's delayed the gas quite a bit to get up the extra racks, which is interesting. We'll see if it's going to throw up a bunker or anything. As far as the build goes, it says bio attack supply, which I'm guessing is just showing us, I guess that's the build that it probably chose. We shall see. Anyway, we have got, oh, that is interesting. Bio attack supply, 30, 94%. So I guess that's the success rate, perhaps, versus with 25 wins out of 54 losses, whereas it almost never wins, perhaps, when it goes for a 60 supply push. That's my interpretation of that. I guess we can keep an eye on that supply, see if Xena does move out when it hits 30 supply. We have cast and seen one of these Terran Xena games in the past in which it did just make a lot of Marines, and that could very well be the case this game again. See if Xena's just gonna flood endless units into Sharkbot, as it is just crazy aggressive at times. We do have Sharkbot going for that Colossus drop once more, which could be very good, as Colossus are incredible against bio. They are the Marine killers, so to speak. And so we'll see if Xena's going to be moving out sometime soon. 14 supply, potentially out of 30 before it moves out. We shall see. And then, yeah, Sharkbot's just doing its thing. Goes for its Colossus opening once more, which I love to see. It's such a bizarre build. I will always enjoy seeing a Colossus drop, just because of how well the bot does it. Like, this build almost never works in a human match. Like, pros don't go for Colossus drops often, because just any amount of counterplay deals with the Colossus quite easily. It's such a huge investment, and so that's why it's not too common. But for Sharkbot, it works pretty well in bot matches. I do like the positioning of the supply depots for Xena as well. It's the little things that it's ensuring it has vision there. It is building up a lot of energy, whereas it could potentially drop another mule or 2. Maybe it just saves up enough energy to have 2 scans. We can test that theory momentarily when another mule should drop in about now. There it is. So looks like Xena will save up energy to have 2 scans. As we study this bot a little bit, in comes the Colossus now, though, going to find its first victim. The SCV cancels the depot, could leave Xena into a bit of a supply block. Xena is on 30 supply, but 30 army supply, but that's going to go down as this Colossus just starts cutting up SCVs, potentially cutting up Marines and Marauders too, and there it goes. It one-shots Marines. That's the nasty thing about Colossus. Sharkbot saying, can you stop this? Flexing on its opponent. Somehow, it's able to send a chat message while doing all this micro. And the Marauders are a good answer to the Colossus. They may get some damage done to it as they try and chase it down. Sharkbot is really just flexing away. The Marines are on top of this. Stalkers are also pushing in while this is going on. Looks like Xena is potentially moving out for a 3rd base and will end up going on home. I wonder if it will tell us how many units it got killed there or not. I feel like it could have kept the pressure going. That is one of the things that Sharkbot does, I guess, very responsibly, is that it pulls back with the units. Now it's just microing its Colossus, because why not? Trying to confuse me. We have got double Stargates on the way for Sharkbot. Lots of batteries going up, so it's getting nice and secure after that cheese. It is moving out with 1 Colossus, though. A very bizarre attack. I think its pathing may have got a bit messed up here. Now this 1 Colossus does just wander on up the ramp. It's on a mission. I mean, it can cut down a lot of Marines potentially before it gets killed. Xena is going for an attack. However, it's attacking into batteries and cannons. Xena says, nope, that's enough of that. However, in comes the 2nd Colossus with the Prism, so we're potentially going to see double Colossus micro with this. As, yeah, oh boy, 2 Colossus are in the main base of Xena. Xena's pulling the boys, splitting them up to try and minimize those Colossus swipes, but it's still not a good thing pulling SCVs into Colossus. In fact, it's one of the worst things. Xena is pulling back a lot of its units, however, it's down to 28 workers as Sharkbot is just massacring Xena right now. Xena has got a couple Marauders out, so it's trying to get on top of those Colossus. Looks like it will get one of them. I'm not sure how many kills that had before it perished, but it was an incredibly high amount. Xena took massive worker losses there, knocked down to 23. Now saying, is that 40? The Prism flies over a turret, and the Colossus will actually perish there. I didn't quite see how many kills that Colossus had, but Xena's saying, is that 40? I imagine it's got to be close to that. 36 dead SCVs, 37 Marines, and 1 supply depot. Oh, will anyone think about the poor supply depot? As Xena is now moving on out once again with its army, but it lost so much stuff. There's good static defense for Sharkbot. This 3rd will not be broken. Xena is trying to resaturate, dropping lots and lots of mules. It is still saving up energy so that it's constantly got 2 scans. And it is going to get that eco back on track eventually. However, Sharkbot is miles ahead after that massacre it just executed. In comes Xena attacking into this battery and cannon. However, there's the battery overcharge. There's the Phoenix lifting those up. And then Xena saying, that didn't work. Try it again, says Sharkbot. Oh, I'm loving the bot BM. And I am starting to wonder if any of these Terran bots can beat Sharkbot once it gets established in the late game. Because it's just like, it seems to be one of those things, like I don't think Xena has got very good odds here, because I imagine it's just going to keep throwing bio at the problem like it did in previous matches, but after that early game harassment, it's so far behind on the economy. We got 4 bases up for Sharkbot. Xena does have that 4th on the way now, so it's slowly resaturating, like up from those 28 SCVs now to 45. However, the Protoss has got Colossus, Tempest, Cinnamon Spice, and everything nice. And Xena has got Marines and 3 Marauders. I personally think that you shouldn't be able to train Marauders out of a barracks. I think it should be like an Archon situation in which you get like 3 Marines and they merge into a Marauder. But anyway, that's just me. We've now got the Twilight Council on the way for Sharkbot, so getting potentially upgrades down the line there. Dumping its Chrono Boost as well. 6 cannons on the way as it starts to establish random forward positions. However, unless Sharkbot makes a terrible move out, I think Xena will easily deflect any attack that comes its way. We do have that Bioforce moving out. Even AI or bots are not infallible to the Blizzard map pathing, as that army just splits up. Fortunately not punished there. I think punishment enough for these boys will be getting sent forward into 4 Colossus. Xena saying, you look busy, I'll come back later. I think that was absolutely the right idea. Sharkbot saying, after you GG, maybe we can get some coffee. with the BM, I love it. Apparently, one of the requirements for programming a bot is that you have to be incredibly witty. We've now got a 5th base on the way up for Xena. It's getting 3-2 upgrades, so its bio upgrades are incredible, which makes sense since how much bio it is making. We don't see bio bots a lot, guys. And these, I think it's part of the reason that it's just so difficult to make work, pardon me. We do have Xena now up to 75 SCVs, getting up more racks, so its production is really going to be taking off. It's got that gold base up now, and it is going to catch up on supply. The problem is, though, Colossus, Tempest, no Vikings whatsoever. And if Xena elected to attack multiple locations, I'd say maybe there's a chance. But if it just decides to charge on in here, I'm not going to have a lot of faith, as we see 7 racks, 8 racks on the way at a time now. So 8 racks is apparently how many Xena says it needs. Make that 9 because 8 wasn't enough on top of the 10 on top of the already 6 that it has. Make that 11. So 17, oh no, 18 potentially racks gonna be done, as that's why Xena needed so many SCVs so that it could build all these barracks. 13, 14 of its workers are now 15 of its workers are now tied up building barracks. This is just ridiculous from Xena, as it's now being chased away. Oh my gosh. We see Sharkbot just bringing the heat a little bit. There's now High Templar grouping up for the Terran, or getting out for the Terran, which is just Protoss's best friend when it comes to dealing with all this Terran. Now, there is the chance that the insane production for Xena, say if it builds up a big enough economy, that it could maybe, like, take a trade, remax, take a trade before Sharkbot can remax. I'm not too sure that's going to happen. Like, if a human player had this army and this much production, I'd be like, you know, maybe there's a chance as Xena completely walls itself in and builds even more racks. This is just getting ridiculous at this point. There's no amount of income that can produce out of 30 racks at a time. Why, Xena? What are you doing? You have enough. Stop building more. As Xena says, I'm going to build a wall and make the Protoss pay for it. The Terran bot is now maxed out, however, that will not be the case for long. I fear as soon as there's a fight, we are going to be watching a terrible, terrible massacre, as these Colossus can just retreat, the Tempest can just retreat. There's Psystorm as well. In goes Xena, showing us its aggressive micro. It does pick off one of the Colossus, however, there's a Time Warp big swipes from the Colossus, and Xena has no choice but to retreat and make 38 Marines to remax. That is just ridiculous, as, yeah, we know at least, like, 40 Marines died there. It does peak into making 40 Marines at a time for a second there. It's an interesting strategy by the bot author. I'm just, questioning its validity a little bit. At least it only needs 1 production cycle to make all this stuff. Look at it. So many Marines. I pardon my observing as I pan through this ginormous Protoss base. We see even a Stasis Ward was tossed down by Sharkbot. It's really using everything in its arsenal. It does lose the Warp Prism with a Colossus in it, so Xena isn't taking the worst trades in the world. I mean, they're definitely not good, however, they're better than I expected, to be honest. Probably in part due to the upgrade advantage that it has. The 3-3 is no joke. The bio is doing well for itself on the ground on this right side here, as there's not really much of an answer there, but if they dance back into the Colossus, that will be a different story, as yeah, the Marines cannot fight the Colossus. Xena says, ow, wow, wow, as it elects for more pain, potentially, diving on into this Protoss army. Nope, just trying to run on by, losing about 30-odd supply there. And, yeah, what a mess this game is, as we've got Sharkbot getting up the last the last base on its side of the map, where Xena has yet to take more bases, interestingly enough. I think it may be one of these bots that does kind of have a hard cap on bases. The bot author said, if I'm not winning with 7 bases, what are the odds more is going to help? Sharkbot says, though, I need all those bases so I can build 90,000 cannons. And this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's just so darn difficult to program a bot that engages properly into an army that will punish you. Like, into Colossus, into Templar. Like, 90% of Terran play, when it comes to playing Bio against Protoss, is picking the right engagement and making it happen quickly. To program a bot that does that well in any situation, as we see, Psystorm into oblivion, all that Bio dying, all of a sudden Xena is making 55 Marines at a time as its whole army just got nuked. And if Xena did hit multiple locations here, I'd say there's definitely a chance for it, as Sharkbot could be pulled into multiple locations. However, or it could be pulled into pieces. However, I don't think we're going to see that, as Xena just keeps bashing its head into the wall saying, alright, I've just remade another 80-odd Marines or something like that, so let's go. Xena says, it's fight time once more. There are some units getting picked off for the Protoss, as Xena takes a fairly nice angle. However, there's just not enough Protoss. Sharkbot running out of things to say as Xena pulls away. Sharkbot is doing pretty darn well for itself, and it's been a really fun series of videos watching to see which of these bots can bring down Sharkbot in the late game. I'm gonna check out Zergbots after this. I just clicked on Xena because I was like, alright, Xena could play any race, and it can play late game or it can play cheesy. In this case, it's kind of doing cheese, I'll say, because no ghosts, nothing else. Yeah, what a game this is. Xena now attacking on in. Sharkbot is a bit out of position, but this is the problem, though. Xena's behavior is... It makes sense to group up all the Bio, however, when against Sharkbot in this situation, that does not work. I'd be interested to see how Xena would do with this strategy against other bots, as this is just redonkulous. Resources lost, 22,000 to 6,000. The Protoss has lost barely anything in this amount of time, and Xena is just going to keep doing this again and again. The Toss has even taken one of the Terran's bases, and it is one of those things, if the bot author looked at this game, they'd say, well, how can I overcome this? I think the answer would be to maybe split your army and have, like, pick 2 different attack points and split, as, like, it's literally just a death ball. And in a tournament, maybe that's something a bot author would do to try and snipe Sharkbot. Although I think cheesing Sharkbot may be the way to go, that's for sure. And yeah, we do have the Protoss scouting out this extra base for Xena, as Xena long-distance mines, really running out of resources. Unsurprisingly, Sharkbot's now looking for the throat, though, and I think we're going to see why Terrans don't go just Bio against Protoss. Just Bio against Zerg can be done, because, like, Marauders trade decently against Banelings and whatnot, and yeah, this is, oh my gosh, all the Bio stimmed. The Marines stimmed so much. They're also red and even squishier. Alright, in goes Xena once more. I think this is probably going to be it, as it fails to engage once more. That this is just a slaughter. How many kills do some of these Colossus have? Well, let's see. The Mothership has only got 1 kill, so she's slacking. This boy's got 64, 55, 55, and 43. That did something. In Archon with 17, and these are Terran units, guys. These are humans, so that's a lot of killing. And Sharkbot says, I am, thanks. As Xena says, you look busy, I'll come back later. Xena about to lose a critical mining base, but I don't think there's a hope in heck of it winning this game. Like, if it did send part of its army towards the north here, like 30 Marines, they'd get something done while also keeping Xena locked up a little bit. That's where Bio gets its strength, is the divide and conquer. So I would be interested to see if the bot author would ever explore that. Of course, Xena has a boatload of strategies. SCVs just beautifully split up and running on into the Protoss army. However, that means they all just die. And I think that is where I'm gonna start fast forwarding on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this one, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I mean, see Xena get some damage done when the Protoss is out of position. However, then eventually Xena groups up its whole army to dive head on in, so it's even not fighting with its full force right now. So the unit management for this style could be a little better. We do have to keep in mind, though, kind of a disclaimer with every bot and every game that I cast on this channel. It's that, like, there's survivorship bias in the replays that I click on. Like, Xena probably loses way more games on this channel than it does on the ladder. That's a pretty nice concave for the Terran, though. However, a lot of the bio does retreat, so, like, it's giving it its all. However, Xena's still coming up short. Yeah. Still coming up short, unfortunately. Psystorm going down, frying those SCVs. There's even cannons built by Xena's base as Sharkbot does what can only be described as a 21-minute cannon rush. And yeah, the Protoss just so darn cost efficient. Immediately queues up a Nexus on that base with 1,000 resources left at it. And Xena is broke. And Xena is dead. And these are the bot games, guys. Matches like this are being played out on the ladder all the time, so it really makes us appreciate those back and forth games instead of the ones that are slaughters. But as far as slaughters go, this was a more interesting one. So consider becoming a YouTube member, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to check out the perks, you can click that join button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Join the Discord, which is linked down below, so you can become part of the community. Leave a comment saying more bots if you want to see more bots. I am going to check out Sharkbot against a Protoss sometime soon. I think that will be fun, as cannons are now constructed near the Terran's base. It's going to take a while for this game to end, because Xena has got, like, 29 racks to be destroyed, and only 3 tech labs. It has been just, like, pure Marines. If it added more Marauders, maybe it would have done better, as the cannons will at least help kill these buildings. And my game just lags like nothing. Who knew the Starcraft engine wasn't designed for 8 times fast forwarding in games with 50,000 APM. And I think it was Xena that I cast already against Sharkbot, perhaps? I did cast a Xena bio game like this. That is going to be that, though. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning in.